Alrighty, welcome to BumbleKast Gaming Live. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and we're going to be playing some Kirby Star Allies. As soon as I turn down the TV so I'm not yelling at myself. As you can see, I've not gotten through a ton of the allies. But with the new stuff coming in at the end of the month, I figured I'd go ahead and take a crack at maybe getting through some more of it. We're going to be picking up where I left off with Yamahab. I'm sure that's how it's pronounced. Get down with your bad self, Sin. Welcome to the stream. Let us not start the stream with a ridiculous death. And perhaps. Let's see if maybe I can get through Kamahab's campaign here, such as it is. Dadgum. Before the stream is through tonight, without running face first into a corner, please. Howdy, Scruffy Matt. I'm doing alright, Sin. How are you and Scruffy doing? Scruffy, that was the initial plan, but, I got too lazy to set that all up. So we're doing Kirby. Have either of you find Gentleman Blade, Kirby, or this particular one? Or am I showing off yet another game to the masses? Dadgummit! Boop. Yes, and I've heard that's a bit of an endurance game. Which, if that's your thing, if that scratches your itch, then you know, it's the best thing in the world. If not, it's not. Dead fribbin' gibbet. Things getting in my way, my path, to my victory. A valid assumption, Scruffy, but no. We got Pon. Where's that Con? Don't jump over him, you cowards! Attack! Well, son, it is a charming series, and if you pick up just about any single one of them, you're in for a good time. Newer entries are generally not as challenging as older ones, but they're still fun. And even the lighter ones will occasionally have something that throws you for a bit of a loop if you get too comfortable. The gimmick of this particular title is that you can have up to 4 characters on the screen, your player character, and then any number of elemental enemies or weapon enemies that you can make your friends. That one you cannot make a friend. That one you can, but we don't want to. Because certain puzzles require certain elements or certain combinations of elements. Can I get that from here? Yes, I can. And then once you've played through... I don't know if you have to go through the whole campaign or not. It's been a while. But one of the game modes is you just get to play as the enemy characters. Which I'm doing so right now. Need to not pay attention to the chat when things are trying to bite my face. With their notable lack of mouths. Faces. Time for a buddy thing. What is this buddy thing? Most boring of the buddy things. Lovely. Friend bridge. Oh, I did that wrong. Whoopsie doodles. One more shot. Boop. 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 Dead. Frabbin. And this is an unskippable one, eh? What can I go over? Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. The only thing I'm missing at this point is puzzle pieces, and in this particular mode there are 3 sets of upgrades you can find. They boost your attack, your speed, your defense. The defense boosts are the only health boost you'll find in this mode. So if you're a spaz like me and you end up running face first into hazards, it can get a little dicey. If you have the gaining ability beyond that of a 5-year-old, you'll be fine. In theory, I could be playing 4-player local co-op, which I don't know if would make it better or more chaotic. Yes, Kirby, this is on the Switch, and I've talked about this before on the BumbleKast. The game itself, I feel, is a little light in terms of Kirby games, and that's saying something. But in terms of DLC content, it's been nuts. They've added 9 additional characters, with an additional 3 or 6, depending on how you read the last video, on the way. All free, with additional stages and additional music, I think. There's a whole new game mode that's going to be coming. This is not season pass nonsense, this is just straight up more bang for your buck. Yee! Where did the milk come from? Okay. Sin, Kirby Right Back At You was a remake of Kirby's Adventure on the NES, named after the anime, which was in turn based off the NES adventure game. So what you basically got was a very, very, very pretty port with a much improved looking final boss. That was dumb. That was almost worse dumb. Nope! This game borrows elements from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which was on the Wii U, and that one had multiple playable Kirbys that could each get their own independent power. Borrows a heavy bit from Kirby Superstar. If you can get Superstar Ultra on the 3DS, I would highly, highly recommend that one. That's pretty much the pinnacle of Kirbydom. Kirby Planet Roboto is an excellent entry as well. Mixes up the formula a little bit. Magic Mirror, if you can find it on the Virtual Console, or heck, a used copy if you're adventurous. I hesitantly recommend. I found it a lot of very frustrating single player, and good luck finding an additional 3 Game Boy Advances with link cables to play co-op locally. Chili, boost me, boost me. Can't tell where's the stick? The frosty fidget stick! That's not a good place to be. That's not a good place to be. Did she get me? She got me. Oh, skewered. And I am doomed. Thank you. Who was that? Plug? Onwards. This is the colorful little hearts are, I hesitate to call them currency. They're the collectibles. Each color and size denotes a different denomination. And gather up enough of them, you get an extra life. Being Kirby, you don't need them too much. Being me playing Kirby, I need a few. Nicely done. Mindless little minions. Jump. The puzzle pieces are the collectibles of the game. You gather up enough of them and you unlock art. I'll show off the pieces that are completed at the end of the stream. Check, make sure the stream is running fine. Is excellent. And down we go. While this game doesn't really do a lot to reinvent Kirby in terms of gameplay or puzzles or music, visual elements, powers, it is one gigantic love letter to the franchise. All the little enemies that show up, all the little background elements, the remixes of the various musical cues, all the bonus characters. That was stupid. By and large, though, you don't really play Kirby for the challenge for the most part. You play it for just something fun. And that is what it is in spades. What's this one? Best power. Friend train. Yes, and the Kirby games are all extremely bright and colorful. Even the dark and dreary elements like we're in right now. And Kirby's kind of known for being very light and fluffy for the most part until you get to the surprising, grimdark, horrible, disturbing final boss, which is just part of the charm. Final boss of this one is more, I don't know, esoteric compared to some of the other ones. Very famous O2 from Kirby's Dream Land 3 is very minimalistic, but you don't really need to do too much when it's a giant flying bleeding eyeball. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, grab some upgrades. Scruffy, I believe that could pass for a DJ name. Not that I'm a DJ myself. If you are watching this after the fact and skipped out on this for some reason, but you are familiar with the Kirby series, which it seems like if you're a Kirby fan, you're kind of all in for every title. Anyway, it seems like Spark and Plasma have been somewhat combined, although that seems to be the standard lately. Fireball and Flame are kind of combined. The staff that I'm using right now is a new ability. It's Ninja and Water up there. I think they changed water in this one, so it's no longer a crown like it was in Return to Dreamland, which is too bad. I like the crowns. Madam? Chip damage while she's down. There we go. Getting closer. if I was going for more of a completionist run, I'd get every single one of those little treasure chests, but we're going to try to motor through this. That being said... Leo. No. Leo. Leo! Oh, for pity's sake. Thank you. And I gotta go through the chest in the way to find the key. Where's the key? The single chest I've done. Yeah, of course. Dead, killed by a broom hatter. Good night. Well, the same developer for the Kirby series is behind the Smash Brothers series, and there is a fair bit of overlap. So, you are not wrong. Leo, thank you. Scared to the door. Can I go back down? Ah, the game took mercy on my stupidity. Ah, except I need a different enemy. Where'd the broom hatter go? There he is. Be my friend! Plug, we haven't been getting a lot of use out of you lately. No. No. Yes. There we go. Very simple puzzles. I hear you there, Sin. But with Smash Brothers coming out in less than a month, I think my time has already been spoken for. No, I also have to work. The key. Invincible candy. That's now wasted. Come on, Beaky. Oh! Where's key? Where's key? There's the key. We're just gonna fly over this. Who are you? What do you want? Bugsy! Yay! I did pre-order Scruffy. Got the special Pro controller and everything. Dodge! Somebody give me some power. I'll take that. Oh wait, that is an upgrade in there. Aha! One complaint about this mode is that virtually all of the buddy characters. Right, got him! Have the exact same stages and layouts. The DLC ones have newer ones, but once you've played through one, you pretty much played through them all. That gets a little tedious in terms of completion. Be gone, spider. Yoink! I shall be speaking about Smash on tomorrow's BumbleKast. And I will definitely be trolling players as Piranha Plant. Too simple, you say? There's more. I ran right into the stinking cherry, of course I did. Chili, we're gonna swap. No, we're not. He'll survive this. He'll be fine. Nope. He did. Cherries at the pits, old man. Ha ha! That was not the end of the stage. Oh, right. Don't usually do particularly well on this segment. We are most likely going to lose people. Like Chili. And me. Does that respawn, Chili? It does not. I wonder if I should have just grabbed that blade knife for the heck of it. Too late now. Welcome, Joshua. It's the current. Hi. Get me out of here. I might as well unplug while I'm here. Yes, it's me, Joshua. Welcome to the stream. Sorry to ignore you. Just lots of things on the screen. Only so much mental acuity to go around. Excellent. He's head right face first into the blipper. There we go. This platform allows you to swap out partners if you want. I think that would be more useful if it was a multiplayer experience, but chip damage, chip damage! Nice. Missed. Here. There we go. Do go on, Sin. Don't get it, don't get it. I'm deeply sorry you got cougared, son. And I'm not being catty, I mean that. Turns out I did need chili dadgummit. And of course, it's the Bugsy! Oh. Better than the other. Leo. So I suppose that deserves a little bit of an explanation if you have no idea what's going on. The character there with the long hair is basically the paintbrush ability mini boss. Shoot, I can get through this. Yes, I can. Shut my mouth. Bonkers, get that. And some characters, when they hold up, they can combine their abilities, so elemental effects on your melee weapons, basically. With paint, you hold it up, and she will create a Kirby as a fridge, which is a callback to Kirby 64, and it will drop health items for you, but it has a cooldown, so it's not like an infinite heal source. But still, that's what's going on. She is painting a picture, and the picture is giving me food that I can eat. Makes perfect logical sense. Who became Chef Kawasaki? Nah, that's alright, I got the item. So no biggie. Chef? Or... Yay! Sorry, Birdo, not today. Sorry guys, I am trying to pay attention to chat and play at the same time. The Chef Kawasaki here is a reoccurring mini-boss from the series, who with the cook ability. Normally throughout the series you use cook once, or at least a limited number of times, and it allows you to gather up every enemy on the screen and turn it into health pickups. believe this is the first time the good chef is playable in any capacity. I could be wrong. There are a lot of Kirby games. And Bonkers is another reoccurring mini-boss with the hammer ability. And hammer is one of those useful powers because it's one of the few things that can knock down heavy switches. And they don't show up too often, but when they do, if you don't have hammer or stone, you're out of luck. Yes, he did cook all my friends, but they will be fine, trust me. In fact, they made turkey dinner. And we're back. Apologies. My capture card doesn't give me any forewarning when it decides to just crap the bed. Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, not every enemy gives you a power. Most, not most, 50% are just fodder to be wonderfully and viciously destroyed. I mean, you could just straight up consume the Miss Kirby, but you don't get anything out of it. You might as well use it for ammo. There are rising platforms I could be riding, but that is slow. We don't want to be slow. We want to go fast. I know I wanted to chili earlier, but we'll just run the whole guy. Except Chili would have been great against this boss with her upcoming Super Soaker attack. Foresight is not my strong suit. Can I zap her remote? Really, Chef? Not the greatest time. It does zap her. Neat. Why didn't I think of that before? Normally the tall grass you would beat or go through with either fire, bladed weapon, and you get goodies out of it, but we're just going to hammer through this. Because I want to get through at least this section before we're done for the night. And I promise to show you how it works. And if we have time, the other game modes. Kill the Frosty. Yep, changed my mind. Chef, you can go. Lady, food please. Thank you. Except I can't get through the grass, so never mind. Punching pigs out of the air. Another one of Paint's abilities is you throw up an easel and doodle up a quick, simple sprite of iconic characters. Some bosses before, some plot characters, and they run around briefly and attack stuff. Paint's ability is a whole bunch of, oh, I remember that! There's a secret hidden under the stairs, but we're just going to run on by. Welcome back, Joshua. What do you have? This guy. From the beginning. Nightmare Fuel incarnate. One of the most frustrating bosses in the early game, and generally one of the harder bosses throughout the series. Not too bad in this one, even when he doubles up. Right, that didn't work. Not too bad. Nothing wrong with meat and potatoes. Nothing at all. Wish I had some right now, to be honest. Oh, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 short. Ah, phooey. Oh well. Alright, here in the last few minutes, let's show off some of the extra stuff. Story mode is pretty self-explanatory. It's the story. Music test with a whole bunch of tracks. The cinematic viewer, your puzzle viewer. Tribute to the very first Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Dream Land 3. Let's see, Superstar Ultra. Gee, Super Ultra Battle. Which one is that one? Kirby 64. Kirby Squeak Squad, in which Kirby travels heaven and earth to defeat space pirates to get back his slice of cake. I believe this is Return to Dreamland. Yeah, because that's Magolor. That is Triple Deluxe, which, not the greatest in the world. Thought the gimmick was kind of boring. Final boss was really cool, though. Robobot. That one. There you go. That's Nightmare in Dreamland / Kirby's Adventure. I guess that's more of a tribute to Kirby's Dream Land 2 plus Superstar. And another one for Kirby 64. And a mystery one. Because I got lazy, Joshua. Plain and simple. That was adorable. Minigame, which is meant as kind of like a party thing if you got other people around. But we'll just show it off quick because nobody else is here. Go big or go home. Ah, that was awful. Also awful. Better. We are the top left. How far did we hit the meteor? Not far enough. Yeah, yuck it up, game. Let's see. Chop Champs. Is another minigame of sorts. We'll go slightly easier so I don't completely embarrass myself. Yes, you gotta switch sides of the logs so you don't hit the worms. And if you don't pay attention, you hit the worms like me, like an idiot. Go, 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 go. Chop the wood, chop the wood, chop the wood. Switch! Switch! Ah, pathetic. Look at that ramshackle shack. But that is the long and short of that one. The higher difficulty spawning more worms and more hazards. What we were playing was Star Allies. Which, can I show off the menu from here? Which you can see there is a ton of abilities to go through. In addition to cameo characters from the entire legacy of the franchise, which is glorious. And then ultimate choice is the boss rush. You can go in solo if you want. You can go in with any number of CPUs of various types. I've had the most success with Mark's because he's broken as all get out, but we're just going to show this off briefly. And you set your difficulty. Sweet Breeze, not a problem. Mild Stroll, still not a problem. Zesty Expedition, not too bad. Spicy adventure, you're gonna have to think about some of the stuff. Sizzling threat. It gets challenging. Fiery showdown. That's challenging. Infernal crisis is the furthest I've gotten. Then, I love this one. Soul Melter lives up to its name. You get less healing items, and you get harder versions of the bosses, including an extra difficult version of the final boss. No, I have not beaten it. I came close, though. Reasonably close. So that's a quick look at Kirby Star Allies. I hope you have enjoyed. If y'all really want, I will plug in Starlink next time. Go pirate hunting like I promised this time, and then broke your collective hearts on, apparently. Sorry. Hope you all have a lovely evening, and we will see you tomorrow for BumbleKast. Have a good night, everybody.